to a Firearm Freedom YouTube live stream. I was supposed to say another, but it just didn't work out like that. Got to get all the, lights set up here. Sorry, bear with me, guys. Probably should have had this set up, you know, a little bit better. There we go, before we started the live, but that's all right. Make sure everything's in shot. A lot of exciting things in today's live stream. Don't want to get you too pumped up, okay? Don't want to get you too pumped up. It's not that exciting, but to me, it is. There's new changes going on. Some small, some big, but should be pretty interesting. And a lot of changes that I think you guys will enjoy. Oh, Sam, hello, and welcome to the live stream. So I'm going to let, you know, as many people as I can get in here before I start talking about all the new stuff and kind of what we're going to be doing moving forward for the channel. As always, let me know if the audio is coming through good, if the lighting's all good and all that stuff. Like inhaling a bunch of dust in the area that I'm in right now and coughing up a lung over here, but that's all right. What is going on, man? Good to see you guys getting in here. Hopefully, first and foremost, I hope everyone's getting the notifications. I tried to let it sit in the like pending situation there, except I'm coughing like a 90-year-old smoker. So I try to let it sit in the staging area. If you've never done a YouTube live stream, it like sits there for a second and tells you how many people are waiting. And I wanted to see if maybe that makes a difference. Maybe if I sit there, it'll send out like a little notification to everybody and I can see if people are waiting or not, or hold off or whatever. But yeah, so we got a few people in here now, so this is great. Looks like some people are at least getting the notifications. As always, if you guys are looking to see videos that are not live stream related to the channel, the link and all that good stuff. Give me 1 second, guys. Got to turn off the dehumidifier, so bear with me here. This is what a live stream is all about, okay? Bear with me, bear with me. All right, we back, okay. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. It wouldn't be a Firearm Freedom live stream again if the dehumidifier didn't go on. Nick, we're going to talk about that, buddy. We're going to talk about that. Got a lot of information to go over in a shorter amount of time. So if you want to check out other content related to the channel, click the links down below, as always. And guys, I have not quit YouTube. A lot of people think I'm like quitting YouTube because they're not getting the notifications for my new videos. So I'm still posting a video a week, still trying to pump out that content. So make sure that if you are subscribed to the channel, you ring the bell. That gives you notifications to new videos and all that good stuff. And I'm still here. I'm still chugging along and just trying to do what I can to grow the channel. I think enough people are in now to start off with the first announcement for tonight's live stream, and that is that, for the moment, weekly live streams are coming back, okay? They are finally coming back. They're going to be different, but they're coming back. So before, we were doing weekly live streams every Sunday. And quite frankly, I got burnt out. It was a lot. It was too much. And each one was an hour long. I was doing other live streams on Instagram. There was just a lot of different things there that just made it not enjoyable at all. And you guys know this isn't my full-time job. So when it gets really not enjoyable, I'm like, why am I, you know, forcing myself to do this? So as far as the live streams, not the channel. So instead, I had a long break, and I missed you guys in this live format, okay, to talk to you one-on-one live. So a lot of OG faces. Mike, what is going on, buddy? Good to see you. So I missed you guys. I missed you guys live, and I'm like, how could I do this in a way that works for everyone and to be a lot more sustainable? So I decided to make these more along the lines of about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So a lot shorter. I think this will be better for me to keep up with, and then also better for those of you that are watching it after the fact. A live stream is cool when it's an hour long and somebody's watching it live for an hour, right? Because you can comment and message and you know, have conversation. That's all a blast. But to watch it after the fact, I almost feel like an hour live stream is like an immediate turnoff for me. Like, I kind of want to know the information, but it's rare throughout my day that I have an hour to sit there and just, like, even if I'm listening to it, YouTube's kind of tough to just listen to stuff like that. So instead, I'm going to make it 20 minutes, same sort of format, but just shrink everything down. And what I'm going to do is what I'm calling a weekly roundup video or a weekly roundup live stream. And I want to just simply round up all the information, questions, different things that I've seen in the industry throughout that week and just go over them, similar to the live streams before. But the live streams before, we would have kind of a set topic each and every time. And that was also what got to be pretty tedious, is because I had to think of a topic to talk about for an hour. And a lot of the times, to be totally blunt about it, I just didn't have anything to talk about for an hour long. Sometimes, you know, it's a 20-minute thing and it's kind of sitting there rambling or hoping questions come in. So I think 20 minutes, rounding up maybe some recent news or other things that happened during the industry throughout the week, is definitely a more sustainable way. So that's the more big announcement. The live streams are coming back. At the moment, they're going to be every Friday. The time is going to vary a little bit. Sometimes they might be earlier in the evening, as far as, like, you know, 4:30, 5-ish, maybe 5:30, and then other times they'll be 7:30, like when you're watching it right now. So I'm going to give different people different opportunities to jump in live depending on everyone's schedule, but they will be every Friday, at least for the foreseeable future. So that's a big channel update number one. Big channel update number two, sponsorship opportunities are going pretty well. So there's a chance that you guys are going to see some channel sponsors here coming soon. I will do a totally separate edited video about what that's going to look like, what that's going to mean for the channel, but these are all really exciting things for Firearm Freedom moving forward, and content being provided to you guys, especially more content with sponsorship. But so the first thing I wanted to address in today's weekly roundup live stream number one was actually one of the first questions that you guys asked by Nick, and that is, any Eforms approved yet? This is a question that I've been getting a ton this week, and really over the past few weeks, we've had a lot more people come into the gun shop that I work at full time. Gum is messing me all up right now. I'm like trying to chew it and talk, and it's getting, you know, all messed up. You guys know the deal. I'm sure everyone's going to take that the wrong way in the comment section, but that's all right, you know. We're doing it live. So everyone's going to take that the wrong way as well. When it comes to Eforms, we're getting a lot more people coming into the gun shop that I work at wanting to do Eforms, and a lot more people calling in asking, have you got any Eforms approved yet? And by Eforms, I mean Eform 4s. Guys, we have received no approvals yet. I've been scouring the NFA Reddit thread and trying to see, because that tends to be a very good resource to see when any NFA news drops as far as approval times and other things like that. I have seen no approved Form 4s. I've seen one post about a gun shop claiming that they got an approved Form 4 that was sent in like January 20th and is already approved. Reality of that situation is that's total bullshit. I'll be totally honest with you guys, coming from a gun shop. That is a clickbait post to try to get you to share their stuff and try to get you to probably buy suppressors from them. They screenshotted the very, very bottom of what I would imagine is an Eform 1 that very likely could have got approved in that time, but it's just the date. Normally, if somebody's legit, they're going to post the whole page, and then they're also just going to black out all the information, but you're going to be able to see verifiably that it is a Form 4. So immediately, what should throw up your red flags is the fact that it is just a date section. That's it. There's no proof at all that that's an eForm 4. Working at a shop that is currently doing the complete eForm 4 process right now, I can tell you that that is not accurate. We have seen no approvals yet. The gun shop that I work at, we did submit two forms as kind of guinea pig forms in the very beginning, the moment that this system opened up the day before Christmas Eve. So the day before Christmas Eve, this went live, and that day, myself and another buddy of mine at the gun shop that I work at submitted Form 4s. They were both for short barrel shotguns. I submitted mine as an individual. He submitted his as a trust, again, to see where it would go. Now, mind you, his was submitted 3 hours after the system opened. Mine was submitted 4 hours after the system opened. We have not received those approvals yet. That would indicate that they have not yet even begun processing the Form 4s that have been submitted since the day before Christmas Eve. So that means we're about 2 months in, give or take, and no forms have even been touched yet. I say that because obviously with having ours submitted a few hours after the system opened, if they had started to process the forms, those would have been approved by now. And I can tell you that someone would have posted their approved Form 4 on Reddit or another forum site or something like that. So that's kind of the big news, is that there is no news. There is no eForm 4s that have been approved yet. And at the end of the day, I'm sure I'm going to make a video on it when mine gets approved so you guys can see the actual timeline. But there's a lot of snake oil right now going out on the market by companies that really want to sell you a suppressor. So you have Silencer Shop, you have all these other little niche suppressor companies that really want to sell you a can, so they are telling you verifiably that these are 90-day approval times. No one's been approved. So we don't know. We're going off of what the ATF's goal approval time is and acting like it's fact. So we have no idea. Should you still submit eForm if you're going to do NFA? I would definitely recommend it because it's just an easier process. The process really isn't too bad if it works like it should, and it's nice to be able to electronically submit your fingerprint cards rather than have to send them in. Side note, if you are doing an eForm 1, those appear to still be going less than 20 days. However, you cannot, there is no option for you to be able to electronically submit your fingerprints. So those still have to be mailed in. It doesn't matter if you have the file or not. It just doesn't work like that. So that's the ATF system, like it or not. Are they going to work through the paper forms before the eForms? Nick, who knows? That is definitely a possibility, but I really don't know. If they are doing it that way, the current turnaround time that we're seeing on our paper Form 4s at the shop is 10 to 11 months. So that would, that would mean that they wouldn't even start this process until 10 or 11 months, at least 8 or 9 months from now. So I don't believe that's going to be the case because there still is two different routes there for paper and eForm. So I don't know why they would do that, but it is the ATF, and who knows. I think Silencer Shop misled a lot of people and botched the rollout. Silencer Shop absolutely did, and I can tell you from working at a gun shop, Silencer Shop is incredibly frustrating right now because they are like shoving out there in the public all of this misinformation, all of this unproven stuff to try to sell you things, and it's very disingenuous in my opinion. It's not helpful in the community, and a lot of the time the people at the marketing part of that company and the people at the sales part of that company are not the ones at the gun shops having to deal with people calling in every 5 seconds to come in and do an eForm 4 with all this misinformation from Silencer Shop. So, that it's not helping anybody, and it's blowing the whole thing all over the place. So I wish they would stop doing that. It would probably be better for the community as a whole. But we'll see what happens with that in the future. I'm on 55 days for a Form 1 from December before the new system. I've had 4 Form 1s approved from January. Yeah, that's interesting. I had a Form 1 before the change in December. That got through in 9 days, and my assumption was that they were trying to push them through as quickly as possible to not deal with bringing them over to the new system. But, you know, who knows? Just making sure I didn't miss anyone's question. Why are they making 30 super carry when they can't pump out 9mm and 5.56? Great question. It appears that Federal and Smith & Wesson have been pretty tight. I would imagine that Federal and Smith & Wesson have somewhat of a deal with CCI and Spear to make a lot of ammunition, or already have made a lot of ammunition, but I think it's a very bold move by Smith & Wesson to assume that they can come out in this industry, in this market right now, and make a new handgun caliber, especially marketing it to new shooters that need to shoot a lot with ammunition that's hard to come by. So, I don't know why they did that. They said we are well known for listening to customers, and they are not reading the market at all. So I don't know. But it is a bold move. If they can make a lot of ammo, then I'll eat my words on that one. But it's not looking too great right now. I'm glad you have a Mini 14 that works. I've never had luck with them. That's interesting. Yeah, I've never had a problem with mine. What's the next gun? Hopefully, I'm not sure when this is going to arrive, but I do have an SP5 coming from HK that I'm very, very excited about. And then also a Bren 2 carbine. So that should be pretty interesting as well. As far as, you know, new guns on the channel. That you guys haven't seen before. New videos on 1911s. I will do what I can. Also, random batch approvals with paper Form 4s. Yes, Sam, that's a good point. Have you seen a lot of more batch approvals? Someone else asked. Yes, batch approvals are coming out randomly. So randomly, somebody will send in the same envelope like 8 forms, and they all come back. Randomly, somebody will send out forms all over the place, and all of a sudden they all come back in the same time. The problem with the ATF is there's no way to know one way or another, like where the information, where it's true and where it's not. So I have no idea why they're doing batch approvals. If they're going to continue to do batch approvals, no clue. It could just be some random change at the ATF or whatever operator gets the forms. Anyone know the price of 30 Super Carry? Right now, I've been seeing them for like $27 a box, I think, if you can find it. A box of 50, just Federal target ammo. But I don't know what the price is going to be after that. After touching on the Eforms, the one thing that I wanted to begin to wrap up, I'm going to go probably about 25 minutes in this live stream because I spent 5 minutes in the beginning of this explaining that we're going to do more live streaming. But I can't show firearms in these live streams. However, I can show gear and other things. So I figured that I would let you guys know whenever I have new products that I'm taking a look at, and give you a little sneak peek in these weekly roundup live streams before it hits the edited video big screen on the channel. And I can do that whenever it's gear-related items, and recently I've been getting a lot of gear-related items in for review. So I wanted to go over just super quick a few things that are going to be making their way onto the channel, so that way you guys know in advance and can kind of have some stuff to look forward to, and also ask questions live if you have any about the stuff that I'm getting in. So as far as lights, I have 2 new lights coming coming onto the channel. They're going to be Olight flash sale lights. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. That is not the sponsorship, and that will never be the sponsorship of this channel. So, had to throw some shade there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No hate goes. I get it. Some people have to do that, but I will never have an Olight flash sale on this channel. I just can't do it, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I do have. I'm gonna get a lot of shit from that, I'm sure. People considering sponsoring me are like, nope, nope, nope. I swear, I'm a good channel. Please help me. So, some trusty Streamlights. I love Streamlight. They've been helping out Firearm Freedom for quite some time now. They don't give me any money for reviews or anything like that. Probably the most down-to-earth light company I've ever dealt with, ever. And they're based out of PA, which is also where I'm based out of, which is cool. But I got in some new lights from them to take a look at. They send me lights to check out. You know, you guys know the deal. I don't pay for them, but they want to know my honest opinion. So I got two interesting lights. This one has actually been around for quite some time. I just have never had one, never taken a look at one on the channel, but I figured now is the time, and that is the Streamlight ProTac HL, HLX to be specific, but it's just their high lumen ProTac. So this one is a 1,000 lumen ProTac light. I believe this one also has the 18650 or whatever battery, but I could be wrong. We'll find out at the same time. Yes, it does. The SLB26 is what the battery is called from Streamlight, but it is their rechargeable battery, which is kind of cool. And this light gives you 1,000 lumens, whereas the standard ProTac just gives you 625 in the large length, and the other one has 325. So I'm going to be putting this right now on my bedside gun. It's nice that it has a rechargeable battery, but this is one of the lights that I'll be taking a look at. Cool thing about this is even though it has a little bit of a wider front end to it, it still fits all standard Scout mounts, which is nice. I have the HLX with laser as well. I took a look at that a while ago. Cool light, but way too big. And it ends up just, it's just way too big, honestly. After messing with it a lot longer now, and it doesn't fit a lot of the same mounts. I've been noticing the price on those has been dropping significantly as well. So I'm sure that those probably aren't doing too well or as well. Next light is a super interesting new helmet light that Streamlight just dropped, and that is the Sidewinder Stock light. It is to directly replace the Streamlight Sidewinder Compact 2. Really nice thing is it takes the same mounting setup as the Sidewinder Compact 2, which I like. So try to show you guys on camera here if I can. It's going to be a little tough to do this with the setup I have. But if you just press down, so this rotates like 360 degrees, and it is a helmet light that also has infrared for night vision. But if you just press down and pull up, it pops right out like a big key mod section. And this other light should, I haven't even tried this yet, but it should mount right to this section. So if we press in, pull up, mounts right on there, which is pretty cool. So now it gives you the ability to have it a little bit more low profile. If you pull the light, kind of in, so it just slightly, it sticks out a little bit less than the Compact 2. But now you have this like kind of little arm here that you can really get precise with where you're directing the light, which is cool. I think it's a really interesting thing. This one in particular, this model has white light, IR, and then red light as well. So, cool little light. It is basically for night vision. You wouldn't really be using this on a helmet without night vision. But they just dropped this at 2022 SHOT Show, so I'm really excited to take a look at this on the channel. I think, honestly, that this is the first time the Sidewinder Stock has ever been on YouTube outside of Streamlight, so that's pretty cool in this live stream. Part of the weekly roundup videos. So, yeah, that's how it looks on the helmet. And pretty typical for a lot of those helmet-mounted lights, but it seems pretty nice. I'm going to be going on a night hike this weekend, so I'll be testing this light out. Might throw out a little bit of footage about it. We'll see. And finally, I have 2 chest rigs that I've been taking a look at here on the channel recently. One of those is an HRT placard. This one, to be honest with you guys, I forgot the name of the backing part of it because there's a lot going on here. So it's kind of like my own creation with HRT as far as like what I built out. So HRT sent this to me to check out, so it's super cool of them. They've been another awesome company so far, really down-to-earth people. What I have here is their standard placard, and it's the placard that essentially can be built out to whatever configuration you want to build it out into, and that's exactly what I did. So I have their front pouch here with a dual pistol mag insert section. I also have a subgun insert because this is my CZ Scorpion EDC rig. So I have 4 CZ Scorpion mags in there. I have their dangler pouch on the bottom, and in the dangler pouch I have some medical gear and then also some chem lights, Sharpies, and other things in here. I have their tourniquet dangler off on the right hand side, and then also their comms pouch, which is just a Baofeng radio in there, the UV5R, that actually works out well with this strap. The antenna goes up there, and when you're wearing it, it actually holds pretty well. It's not as tactical of an antenna, but it still looks all right. And then I have another admin pouch here on the side. Really nice chest rig overall. You guys have actually low-key seen this in a few more recent videos. The Scorpion video, I was rocking this, and pretty much every more recent range day, I think the past 3 videos that I've posted, I've actually been wearing this rig. A full video is going to be coming out on this in the future, probably very soon, like a week or 2. I noticed that a lot of the footage that this was in, I had a more black jacket on, and it's really tough to see. So I'm going to be doing more footage actually showcasing what it looks like in different colors, so that way you can actually see the chest rig. But that's exactly what I wanted it to do. I made it black because it's in an EDC rig, and I wear a lot of dark colored clothing. And you can see in the range at the videos, a lot of the time the only thing you see is straps. It's really tough to see what's going on, and that's exactly what I wanted it to do. I didn't want it to jump out and be multicam or anything. The straps I just had laying around, so that's why I went with those. The black straps I just got that they sent me, they were out of stock, so that's why I was running these. And I don't know which ones I'm going to throw on in the future, but yeah, this is the HRT chest rig that I've been running. Really like it, really comfortable rig so far. Spoiler alert, it's going to be a pretty good review overall. I also have from IC13 their Invert Bandolier. So this is very new to the channel. I just started taking a look at this about a week or 2 ago, still in the process of getting everything set up, and mainly not getting it set up, but playing around with which configurations I like and don't like. So I also have their pouch that goes on the back of the Invert Bandolier. Interesting setup overall. For me, I'm very set in my ways with chest rigs. I really like chest rigs. I really like the way that they're set up and the style of them. I'm so used to them that this is very, very different for me, and I'm still getting used to it too. So IC13 sent this to me to check out and give my honest opinions, and that's exactly what I plan to do. Right now, it's definitely out of my wheelhouse for what I'm used to running as far as a chest rig, but I'm always interested to try new things, and I have not tried this at the range yet. So I'm curious to see how mag changes are, if they are faster with this setup and the mags being pointed downward. That's kind of the claim to fame with these rigs, and also being pretty low profile. So I'm excited to try it out at the range. We'll see, how I like it, how it fits, and everything like that. And I just wanted to showcase this as well. There's not as many. I mean, there's quite a few videos out right now with it, but there's not like a ton. So these are interesting, and something else that I'll be taking a look at here on the channel over the next few weeks. Okay. And now the last part of these weekly roundups, I'm making the rules up as I go, but we're doing it. I'm going to read through just all the last questions here. I think I have 4 questions. I'm going to answer those, then we're done. We're done with the live stream, okay? This is what we have to do for this to be sustainable for me. So I hope you guys can understand. I think the Kel-Tec KSG clone that Smith & Wesson released was a bold choice on their part, and by bold, I mean brain dead. I totally agree. Actually, that's why I laughed out loud when in one of their video interviews, they're like, we're well known for reading the market. I'm like, reading the market? I don't know about that, but okay. And yeah, and they release this bullpup shotgun that gets recalled pretty quickly. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, they're doing some interesting things. I mean, I like Smith & Wesson. I own a few Smith & Wesson firearms. I really enjoy all of them, but it just is kind of some bizarre moves lately. What do you think of the budget Radical firearms uppers? I don't think they're bad. I really don't think they're bad. I think there is now a lot of availability coming back into the market. Things are getting almost as available as they were, which is awesome to see. Prices are still not great, but things are coming back. And with that comes the ability to now build an upper out again. And personally, I would much rather save up the money and piece out when I can afford it, the upper that I want by buying a barrel, by buying a rail that I want, and all these other things. And I would probably opt for that. If you're really on a budget and you're just looking to get something quick, then I don't think they're terrible. But I don't know. I kind of up in the air about them, honestly. They have come a long way. I will say that. I love my ProTac 1 AAA. It's a great little light and it's tough. I bought, before I started working with Streamlight, I don't even know how many Streamlights. I've over 10 at least that I've purchased, and they're phenomenal. I really, really like the lights. I've never had a problem with, I think I've had like one issue with their pressure pad that that was just pressure pads sometimes have issues, and this one did, and that was it. Okay. Radical seems to make a good / decent stuff for the price, kind of similar to entry-level PSA, Arrow, big brand ARs. They have a nice integrally suppressed upper for a decent price. Yeah, I have seen that, and I think, again, I've been seeing them a lot over the years in gun shops that I've worked at, and they started being a company that I'm like, I don't know. And they ended with, the past few times I've seen them, and being a company that I'm like, they've come a long way. Another one that falls into that category is Diamondback. I'm not a fan of their handguns at all. I just don't like them personally. But their ARs, surprisingly, for the money, have come a long way from where they were. Are they the best thing ever? No, not at all. But if you had an original Diamondback AR and you compared it to one on the shelf today, there's a big difference. And I always appreciate companies that actually do make changes and get better over time. That's what you want to see. It's cool to see that. So I give them props for being, innovative in today's world. Oh, Sam, I didn't even know you were getting a 6.5 Grendel upper from Radical, so I'm actually very curious to see how that shoots. I didn't know that 6.5 Grendel was going to be a Radical upper. Original Dew or Baja Blast? I don't drink soda, so unsubscribe. No, I don't, honestly. So I'm very controlled. I think I just spit all over my phone too, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. But no, I'm very controlled with my caffeine intake. So I have my pre-workout in the morning, and that's it. So I don't drink any soda or anything like that. When I stopped drinking it many years ago, now if I try to drink a can of soda or something, I'm like immediate headache. It just makes me feel gross and nasty, so I just don't, It is what it is, Please don't unfollow me. Opinions on Canic. I just bought the Mate I like Canik. As far as, you know, the quality of their guns, I think they're pretty good. Hate the name Mete. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. Every time I say it at the gun shop that I work at, I end up just spelling it out because it sounds like you sound like an idiot no matter what way you say it. And I just don't get it. So I'm happy to be back with these live streams. They're a lot of fun. It's awesome that you started the live streams again. Thank you. I really appreciate that comment, and I'm happy to start them again as well. But guys, that is going to wrap up this new weekly roundup live stream. I think that's the name I'm going to keep for these new live streams, but we'll see. Whatever name I put down, I'm probably going to make it a consistent name and just do like 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever after it, and we'll go from there. So I'm really excited about this new way we're doing things, making it a little shorter, making it more enjoyable for everybody, and just kind of talking about stuff that has happened in the industry throughout that week. So I will see you guys next Friday. Stay tuned on the community tab to see when these videos will be out as far as timeline goes. So I will try to post a day of on that Friday to let you guys know if it'll be at 4:30, 5:30, 4:30, 6, or 7:30. Those are the times that it's going to be at. So we'll play it by ear and see what times it'll be that day, and I'll let you guys know, and hopefully you will be able to tune in. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me live tonight on Friday, and I hope you enjoy your weekend wherever you are and have an awesome, awesome time. Thank you so much, and as always, stay tuned for more great content coming soon.